stardom as one of the troublemakers from Pitch Perfect movies.
Amazing!
But now, he is the toast of the town because he's in one of the hottest shows on Broadway now called Dear Evan Hansen. And I have to tell you, it is one of the most amazing Broadway shows I've ever seen. This kid is extraordinary. Please welcome Ben Platt. So, baby, tell us about Evan Hansen in a, succinct way.
Sure. So, Evan Hansen is a really isolated kid. He's a senior in high school. He's got a lot of social anxiety, has a lot of trouble sort of connecting and getting outside of himself and being present, and that's sort of amplified by social media and the hyperconnectivity and sort of everybody instantaneously judging each other online. So that kind of pulls him further and further into himself. And essentially, Evan gets caught up in this lie that he tells, where he fabricates a friendship with a kid in his class who has committed suicide. And through this fake friendship, becomes very close to the kid's grieving family and kind of helps them heal and gives them sort of a better picture of their son than was actually true. Right. And also, in this friendship, kind of gets to heal himself and find a new confidence and a new voice and come out of his shell, although it's all based on a pretty terrible lie.
So in this case, the lie is served for good.
Certainly, yeah. It's a super morally ambiguous show in a really beautiful way about sort of the good things that can come from lies and sort of how sort of the healing process is possible. But of course, it leaves it up to the audience whether it was sort of a good thing or not.
Yeah. Superb. I thought, wow, this is going to be just for young people, and then that happened, and I thought, oh, I've been through this. I recognize this. Oh my God! And then my ears opened up in a way they hadn't, and the music just got me. It just got me because I thought, oh, I've been here. And the consequences of one's actions and how they follow you.
Completely. I mean, I think that there's something sort of universal about the story in that it's a very intergenerational story. It's a lot about sort of conversations between parents and kids and trying to see each other as people and sort of break down those walls. But also, the character of Evan kind of has this universal quality of people who come and see the show feel that I think right now, especially because there's a lot of really horrifying stuff going on, that people feel like they're kind of in their own bubble and that they're sort of alone in their isolation and their loneliness. But I think that the show kind of points out that there's nothing unique about that and that everybody feels on some level that way.
Yeah, of course. And you cry, but it's like the ugly cry. And it's so emotional. You do it 8 times a week, and you're crying and singing at the same time.
Yes, indeedy.
How do you do that?
You know, I think...
He's an actor.
He's an actor.
Well, again, as Whoopi alluded to, the music is glorious. It's beautiful music that Pascal and Paul have written. It's a gorgeous score, and so that sort of helps me arrive at that place every night, that sort of really sort of pulling orchestration and gorgeous. Alex Lacamoire did the orchestration. He also did the Hamilton orchestration. It's a gorgeous orchestration. Great. And on a technical level, there's actually... I mean, I worked a lot with my voice teacher on how to sort of not sacrifice the sound and the beauty of the music for the crying.
The ugly cry.
Sure. But vice versa, not just singing a pretty song without some sort of real emotion behind it, because it's an important moment in the show. He's got to be very remorseful, and so I think I've sort of figured out in a technical way sort of how to make some space for the sound and get rid of that mucus and all that gross fun stuff.
Short version was he's a professional. Don't try this at home. But you've had some amazing guests in the audience. You had Whoopi. Morgan Freeman saw you and said, and this is amazing, I've never seen a better, more outstanding performance by anybody, anywhere. Wow. Kate Hudson, our friend John Stamos, Meryl Streep, you name it. Does that help? Do you like to know who's in the audience, or is that intimidating?
It's a little intimidating, but I really do like to know because my character, Evan, spends a lot of time out at the audience, giving a lot of direct address, and I sort of have a really close relationship with the crowd, and it's a pretty intimate house. So I really don't want to, be in the middle of a song and, spot Meryl Streep and be like, oh, crap, and think about what I just did for the last 5 minutes. So it's nice to know beforehand and have that knowledge so I don't have to worry about it later on. So I do like to know beforehand.
Please warn me.
Exactly.
That's
Please
smart.
warn me, please.
So the Tony Awards are next weekend, and your show, and you have been nominated for 9 awards.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, my God.
You're nominated for Best Performance in a lead role.
Yes, I am.
That's you.
So, are you, how does that feel?
It's absolutely insane. I've been doing musical theater since I was 6 years old. I started working when I was 9, and so this has just been my dream as long as I can remember having conscious enough to have a dream. So I've just it's completely surreal, and to do it in a piece that I believe in so much and that's really affecting people and changing the way people think and changing sort of the course of their lives when they come into the room. That's like a hat on a hat on a hat. It's it just keeps surpassing my expectations.
That's so cool.
It's an amazing. I tell you, I can't. I'm crazy. This show it stunned me. It absolutely stunned me. As did Hamilton, but it's fantastic. So thank you, amazing Ben Platt.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
You're in New York. Go see Dear Evan Hansen at the Music Box Theater. Now, the soundtrack by the original Broadway cast is available now. And you know what? You're all